October 2015. The internet wakes up to a video that defies logic. It takes place in a typical school gymnasium. Students are sitting in the bleachers, staring at the empty floor. Suddenly, the wooden floor dissolves into a digital pool of water, and from that water, a massive, photorealistic humpback whale breaches. It leaps into the air, splashes down, and dives back into the digital ocean. The footage was so real, so magical, that the world held its breath. This wasn't a movie scene. This was augmented reality, brought to you by a secretive Florida startup called Magic Leap. Or so we thought. That video was the beginning of the greatest illusion in tech history. The company claimed they would kill screens, replace phones, and turn the world into a digital canvas. Google, Alibaba, JP Morgan, everyone bought into the hype. Before selling a single product, the company raised $2.6 billion in cash. It was valued at $6.7 billion. But there was a small problem. The whale wasn't real. The video wasn't shot through a Magic Leap headset. It was a CGI animation created by Weta Workshop, the special effects team behind Lord of the Rings. The world thought they were witnessing the birth of a tech giant. In reality, they were watching Silicon Valley's most expensive magic trick. Part 1. The Wizard and the Billion-Dollar Secret. The man behind the curtain was Rony Abovitz. He wasn't your typical tech CEO. He was an eccentric visionary who had previously sold a robotic surgery company for $1.6 billion. Now, his dream was to create a photonic light field technology that mimicked how the human eye processes natural light. Magic Leap operated with more secrecy than the CIA. Visitors to their Florida office signed strict NDAs. Investors were ushered into dark rooms to see prototypes kept in locked safes. This secrecy fueled the hype. Wired magazine put Rony on the cover with the headline, "You won't believe what you're seeing." Rony gave TED Talks dressed as an astronaut, reciting cryptic poetry instead of discussing specs. Google CEO Sundar Pichai was so impressed by a demo that Google led a $542 million investment round. People thought if Google is in, it must be real. The company continued to release videos titled "Just Another Day in the Office." Tiny elephants walked on desks. The solar system floated in the air. Beneath these videos was a caption, shot directly through Magic Leap technology. This caption opened investors' wallets. But technically, it was a lie. Part 2. Chaos behind the curtain. Throughout 2016 and 2017, Magic Leap burned cash like it was paper. They hired thousands of engineers and built massive campuses. But inside, things looked nothing like the marketing videos. Rony's dream of a photonic light chip was defying the laws of physics. Engineers couldn't shrink the technology down to a pair of glasses. The prototypes were the size of refrigerators, nicknamed the Beast and the Cheesehead. You couldn't wear them, you had to wheel them around. Time was running out. Investors demanded a product. Rony and his team made a desperate decision. They scrapped the revolutionary fiber scanning display they had promised and switched to standard waveguides, the exact same technology used by their competitor, Microsoft HoloLens. After billions of dollars and years of revolution talk, Magic Leap was quietly building what everyone else was building. But they didn't tell anyone. The first crack appeared when the information published an exposé. Reporter Reed Albergati revealed that the famous marketing videos were faked by special effects studios. Magic Leap was marketing a technology they hadn't invented yet. The company tried to deny it, but the spell was breaking. Part 3. Reality Check, the 2018 launch. August 2018, the day finally arrived. Magic Leap released its first product, the Magic Leap 1. The price, $2.295. Tech reviewers and early adopters unboxed it with trembling hands. What was promised? A sleek, lightweight pair of glasses that changed reality. What arrived? A steampunk-looking headset connected by a thick cable to a computer puck, the Light Pack, clipped to your belt. But the biggest disappointment was the visual experience. In the whale video, the digital image filled the entire room. In the real headset, the field of view was tiny. It was like looking at the world through a roll of tape. If you turned your head slightly, the holograms disappeared. There was no whale. just small, transparent, pixelated graphics. The press was brutal. Oculus founder Palmer Luckey called it a tragic heap. It was no better than Microsoft's HoloLens, which had been out for years. In fact, in many ways it was worse. Part 4. The Revenge of Math. Before the launch, Rony Abovitz was confident. He projected they would sell 1 million units in the first year. Later, they revised this target down to 100,000. So how many did they actually sell? In the first 6 months after launch, total sales of the Magic Leap 1 were approximately 6,000 units. It was a catastrophe. Not 100,000. Just 6,000. The company was left with warehouses full of unsold inventory. Meanwhile, they were burning tens of millions of dollars a month. Investors began asking where their money went. The magical atmosphere in the offices turned into panic. By 2020, as the pandemic hit, Magic Leap faced a cash crisis. The company laid off half its staff, about 1,000 people. The valuation went into freefall. Rony Abovitz, the wizard himself, was forced to step down as CEO. The company completely abandoned its vision of entertaining consumers and pivoted to becoming a boring B2B company, selling headsets to factories and hospitals for training purposes. Conclusion: Silicon Valley's most expensive lesson. Magic Leap didn't go bankrupt, but its soul died. It still exists today, but nobody expects a revolution from them anymore. This story teaches us the most dangerous lesson of Silicon Valley: vaporware. If you have a charismatic founder, an air of mystery, and an unlimited budget, you can make people believe in a future that doesn't exist. Even giants like Google and Alibaba were so mesmerized by the whale that they forgot to ask the basic question: does this actually work, or is it just a cool video? Magic Leap never managed to create that whale in the gym. But they achieved something much harder. With a wave of a wand, they made billions of dollars disappear. And all that remains are dusty, strange-looking goggles sitting on shelves, a monument to the hype that fooled the world.